Have you ever pondered why certain individuals seem excessively self-absorbed, lacking empathy, and constantly craving admiration? Could it be possible that the roots of this narcissistic personality disorder trace back to their childhood trauma? Consider the case of Jake. Jake was a lively, curious child, full of energy and always eager to explore the world. However, Jake's childhood was far from idyllic. He was raised in an environment where emotional availability was scarce, where the masculine energy was wounded and negative, where yelling and aggression were the norm. Jake's parents were emotionally distant, often engrossed in their own problems. They didn't recognize Jake's needs or feelings, leaving him feeling neglected and alone. This emotional neglect, a subtle yet insidious form of trauma, left deep scars on Jake's psyche. As Jake grew older, he began to develop a shell around himself. He became excessively self-absorbed, constantly seeking validation and approval from others. He lacked empathy for others, unable to understand or share their feelings. This was Jake's way of coping with the emotional neglect he experienced as a child. He had developed narcissistic personality disorder. This is not to say that every child who experiences trauma will inevitably develop narcissistic personality disorder, but it's crucial to understand that childhood trauma can be a significant factor in the development of such personality disorders. In Jake's case, the emotional neglect he experienced led him to believe that the world revolved around him, that his needs and feelings were the only ones that mattered. This belief, born out of a desperate need for attention and validation, eventually morphed into the narcissistic personality traits that defined his adult life. In summary, the link between childhood trauma and narcissistic personality disorder is a complex and intricate one. Childhood trauma, particularly emotional neglect, can lead to a distorted sense of self, a desperate need for attention and validation, and a lack of empathy for others, key characteristics of narcissistic personality disorder. Understanding this link is crucial, not just for those suffering from narcissistic personality disorder, but for everyone. It helps us empathize with those who exhibit narcissistic traits, understand their struggles, and aid them in their journey towards healing and recovery. Remember, a personality disorder like narcissism is not a character flaw, but a coping mechanism, a response to deep-seated trauma. And with understanding, empathy, and professional help, it's possible to heal from this disorder and lead a fulfilling life. So next time you encounter someone who seems excessively self-absorbed or lacking in empathy, pause for a moment. Try to see beyond their narcissistic traits. There might be a story of childhood trauma hidden beneath their exterior, a story that's waiting to be heard, understood, and healed.